Good evening and welcome. Welcome to Divine Healing Valley Spirituality and Healing Meet. And we are here again on a Wednesday session. And the topic for today's session is what? What is the topic for today? How many of you saw my post?
Chitta
How many of
Shuddhi,
you?
sir.
Huh?
Chitta Shuddhi.
Chitta Shuddhi, yes. Purity of mind, purification of mind. So Chitta Shuddhi is what we are looking at today. And when we talk of Chitta Shuddhi, let me first say that this was an extension. This is an extension of the last session. In the last session, we talked of Gyan Yoga, right? And there was a small discussion where we were talking of Man, Buddhi, Chit, and Ahankar, the mind body. Okay. So I thought let me make that more clear and obvious in this session. So first let us understand how we exist. Right? We all know a human being, we exist at three levels: body, mind, and soul. Yes. So at the level of body, we all know हमारा शरीर जो है, जो हमारा ग्रॉस बॉडी है, या जिसको हम अन्नमय कोश बोलते हैं, that is made up of 5 elements. Yes, earth, water, fire, air, and space. Everybody clear on this? इसमें तो कोई confusion नहीं है, right? And when we talk of mind body, now in mind body we have to understand in our scriptures it is mentioned as man, buddhi, chit, or ahankar. Mind body is actually distributed into 4 parts: man, buddhi, chit, and ahankar. Now if you translate, man is actually the thoughts and emotions right now. So you can consider that as the emotional center. Okay. So the mind will be man actually जो है वो emotion है. And we know the 3 elements of mind. In English, we call that ego, emotion, and intellect. And then the mind space, just like the physical space for the body: earth, water, fire, and air. They are all embodied in the space. So space is a container in which all the 4 elements are present. Visualize it that way. Correct. So similarly, mind is also consisting of 3 elements, which is housed in the mind space, which is chit. तो चित्त के अंदर ये 3 हमारे एलिमेंट्स हैं: ईगो, इमोशन, एंड इंटेलेक्ट. राइट. So let us understand, ego is ahankar. Ego can be easily translated into the scriptures language of ahankar, which is ego. And the center is what? The solar chakra. Solar chakra is the center of ego. We know that. Navel chakra. Yes. Emotion जो है, that can be compared to what we say man, which is basically very turbulent, very volatile, and it is the heart center. तो ego का सेंटर है सोलर चक्र, इमोशन का सेंटर है हार्ट चक्र, एंड इंटेलेक्ट, बुद्धि, दैट इज सेंटर कहाँ पे है उसका? थर्ड आई चक्र. राइट. So we need to understand this. So mind body is made up of ego, emotion, and intellect. That is, in that level, if we talk of ahankar, मन और बुद्धि. बाहर की कोई भी परिस्थिति आती है, लाइफ में सिचुएशंस आती हैं, we all know tough situations, तो क्या होगा? तीनों ट्रिगर होंगे. ईगो भी ट्रिगर होगा, इमोशन भी ट्रिगर होगा, इंटेलेक्ट भी ट्रिगर होगा. राइट. तो if you are a very dominating person, then the dominating ego will come up, or a complaining ego will come up, or a victim ego will come up. When that victim ego comes up, some emotions will get triggered and some thoughts will come into your mind, conscious mind, and you will take some action out of it. And इन सब के imprints कहाँ पे आएंगे? इन सब के imprints आएंगे चित्त में. So you can understand चित्त as a vast subconscious mind. Right. So if this understanding is clear, then we will go ahead with the discussion. So first, let me ask everybody if the understanding is clear. And meanwhile, let me welcome Simiji, welcome, Deveshji, welcome. Yes. So anybody who wants to check their understanding or have any questions, any clarity required for the aspect of the mind body. So in short, what I've said is mind body has 3 elements: ego, emotion, and intellect. And whatever action we do, whatever karma is being done by you, will get imprinted in the mind space. Mind space is what is embodying all these 3 aspects: ego, emotion, and intellect. And that impression will be there in the chit for lifetimes. Correct? And today's session is all about the imprints in your chit. That is why we call that purity of mind or Chitta Shuddhi. That is very, very critical and very important for any human being, whatever be the level of consciousness, wherever he is in a spiritual journey. This is a very, very important aspect of awareness. Yes. So let's have some people share what is opening up for them.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
So, sir, as you said, like Chit has ego, intellect, and emotion, right? So these three elements will be traveling with our soul in every journey, right?
It is the chit which travels, subconscious mind which travels. इन सब से एक्शन करोगे ना आप, उस एक्शन के जो
Right.
इम्प्रिंट्स होंगे वो इम्प्रिंट आपके साथ जाएंगे. Get my point? So let's take an example. Okay. Suppose there is a situation where your neighbor is coming and having a fight with you. Now you are angry. तो इमोशन क्या आया? एंगर. राइट. ईगो कहां से ट्रिगर हुआ? ईगो कौन सा ट्रिगर हुआ? आई विल शो हिम. रिवेंजफुल है ना. सो यू आर अ रिवेंजफुल पर्सन नाउ. एंग्री यंग मैन, एंग्री ओल्ड मैन और एंग्री वुमन. तो ईगो ट्रिगर हो गया, इमोशन एंगर का आ गया, और उसके बाद आपने जो भी सोचा, जो भी बोला या जो भी किया, लेट्स से यू स्लैप दैट पर्सन. ओके. इन सब के जो भी इम्प्रिंट्स हैं वो कहाँ पे आएंगे? वो आपके चित्त में आएंगे. इंसिडेंट खत्म हो गया. इंसिडेंट खत्म हो गया, वो चला गया अपने घर, आप अपने घर आ गए. इंसिडेंट इज ओवर. इट इज ए मेमोरी नाउ, बट दैट memory is lodged in your chit. Everybody getting a sense of it? Now it is,
Yes, sir.
if it is at the thought level, it will be a mental block. If it is at the emotion level, it will be an emotional block. If you have actually done some action, सर फोड़ दिया, मार धाड़ कर ली उसके साथ, उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस अलग होंगे. पुलिस स्टेशन के चक्कर लगेंगे, कोर्ट केस भी हो सकता है, हॉस्पिटल के चक्कर भी लग सकते हैं. राइट. ऑल दैट आर कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस, बट देयर इज एन इम्प्रिंट इन योर चित. यस और नो? That is a
Yes, sir.
karmic imprint.
Yes.
That is a karmic imprint. All these karmic imprints will appear as a block. And if you can do your aura feedback with a aura reader, he will tell you have mental blocks, you have emotional blocks, you have karmic blocks in all the 7 major chakras. Do healing. Correct? So that's what we are doing. As a healer, that's what we are doing. Erasing and healing your mental, emotional, karmic blocks. Most powerful are the karmic blocks. और इस जन्म के होंगे तो आप शायद याद रखेंगे, पिछले जन्म के होंगे तो आप भूल भी चुके होंगे, और कई लाइफ टाइम्स के हैं तो बहुत सारे कार्मिक ब्लॉक्स हैं आपके एक्शन से जो आए हैं, जो आपके चक्रास में दिखेंगे, जो आपके सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में हैं, जो आपके चित्त में हैं. और राइट सिचुएशंस whenever they come up, they will all get triggered. From a dormant stage they will become active, and you will do further what? Further tragic events in your life. अगर वो तामसिक हैं, you will create more tragedies. अगर वो राजसिक हैं, you will create more pleasure and pain. And if it is more sattvic, then you will make your spiritual progress. Clear है? तो ईगो, इमोशन एंड इंटेलेक्ट से जो भी आप एक्शन करते हो, उसके इम्प्रिंट्स कैसे होंगे? तामसिक होंगे, राजसिक होंगे या सात्विक होंगे. So what is actually what we are supposed to do in this journey? And now I will not talk the language of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa ji or Swami Vivekananda ji. No, I will not talk of them, because they will talk purpose of life is self-realization, nothing short of that. So I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, what is the general purpose or specific purpose or whatever purpose of life? आपका लाइफ का पर्पस है क्या? किसी कंपनी में, किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जनरल मैनेजर बन के रिटायर हो जाना 60 की एज में, ये सब बाहर के गोल्स हैं. राइट. पड़ोसियों के साथ अच्छे रिलेशनशिप बनाना, ये बाहर की दुनिया है. इसके कुछ इम्प्रिंट्स रहेंगे आपके अंदर. ओके, I give you the benefit of doubt. If you're doing good job, you will have a good imprints in your chit. But ultimately, what is the real purpose of our life? Don't you think it is purity of mind? Don't you think it is the चित्त शुद्धि which is the purpose of our life? हम जो कुछ कर रहे हैं, मैं अच्छा इंसान हूं, मैं अच्छे कर्म करूंगा। क्यों अच्छे कर्म करोगे? ताकि चित्त में जो इम्प्रिंट्स आए वो सात्विक हो। मैंने आज तक किसी का बुरा नहीं किया भाई साहब, इस जन्म में नहीं किया। पिछले जन्म में क्या क्या किया आप भी नहीं जानते। तो गुड, इफ यू आर इम्प्रूव योर कर्मास इन दिस लाइफ, तो नाउ यू कैन टेक इट दैट आज के बाद मैं सिर्फ सात्विक कर्म करूंगा या थोड़े बहुत राजसिक कर लूंगा, ठीक है, तो वो इम्प्रिंट्स मेरी चित्त में आएंगे। आई विल मैनेज दैट, सो आई एम हैप्पी। बट what about the imprints which you are carrying for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes? उसको कब साफ करोगे? तो एक अच्छी जिंदगी बिता देने से आपका पर्पस सॉल्व नहीं होता है, क्योंकि जो डोरमेंट हैं आपके संस्कार, जो विकार, जो इम्प्रिंट्स आपके डोरमेंट हैं, वो कभी भी एक्टिव हो जाएंगे किसी भी कार्मिक साइकिल में। एंड वी हैव कार्मिक साइकिल्स ऑफ 7 years. Most of the healers will know that, right? Our life cycle goes in terms of 7 years. तो कार्मिक साइकिल, किसी भी कार्मिक साइकिल में वो डोरमेंट संस्कार एक्टिव हो जाएंगे और क्या होगा फिर? आपके विकार एक्टिव हो जाएंगे। इससे पहले कि वो एक्टिव हों और आपसे कोई गलत कर्म कराएं, उनकी शुद्धि करना जरूरी है। दैट इज वाई द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ चित्त शुद्धि being the purpose of our life, the real purpose of our life. And if you do that very well, you can aim for self-realization or God realization or moksha. But it is not always for the next life. इस लाइफ की भी तो आपकी लाइफ आसान हो जाएगी अगर आपके तामसिक ट्रेड्स जो हैं वो अगर खत्म हो जाते हैं या डोरमेंट हो जाते हैं। चलो, राजसिक आपके मिनिमम हो जाते हैं एंड यू आर एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिसिंग ओनली सात्विक, व्हाट विल हैपन? योर क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ विल इंप्रूव। Yes. Your relationship will improve. Yes. And if you are talking of energy of love, peace, and joy, what will happen? Your body will be relaxed, at ease, and your mind will be happy. Quality of life will improve. And consciousness के level पे, Amit ji was talking of collective consciousness. So first let us talk of individual consciousness. आपकी individual consciousness अगर high होगी, तमस जो सोलर चक्र पे है, रजस जो हार्ट चक्र में है, या सत्व जो थर्ड आई चक्र पे है, क्या होगा? आपकी कॉन्शियसनेस हाई होगी तो क्या होगा? हाउ वुड यू बी परफॉर्मिंग इन योर लाइफ? एट व्हाट लेवल? आपकी पर्सनल इफेक्टिवनेस कैसी होगी? आपकी प्रोडक्टिविटी कैसी होगी? एवरीबॉडी क्लियर ऑन दिस, आई सपोज? बिकॉज एट द रूट लेवल consciousness, your performance and effectiveness will be 5%. At third eye chakra consciousness, your performance and effectiveness will be maybe at 90%. So compare yourself when you are in 12th standard. अगर आपके 5% मार्क्स आ रहे हैं, 100 में से 5 मार्क्स आ रहे हैं, तो वो अच्छा है, या 100 में से 90 आ रहे हैं तो अच्छा है? आपकी इफेक्टिवनेस परफॉर्मेंस कहाँ पे आती है अच्छी? ऑब्वियस, राइट? तो हमारी लाइफ के सारे रिजल्ट्स जो हैं हम इस लाइफ में जो प्रोड्यूस करेंगे वो भी मैजिकल होंगे जैसे जैसे हमारी कॉन्शियसनेस बढ़ेगी। और कॉन्शियसनेस बढ़ने का मतलब क्या है? नथिंग एल्स बट प्योरिटी ऑफ माइंड, चित्त शुद्धि। Yes, so I've told you the significance, I've told you the connection. So let's have some people share, otherwise it will become a monologue. And meanwhile, let me welcome Harshvarda ji. Welcome, you've come after a long time. SCG, SCG कौन है? अगर आप अपना इंट्रोडक्शन देंगे।
सुशील जैन, पहले ही बता था।
Oh, सुशील जैन जी, वेलकम, नमस्कार, great. Okay, so anybody who wants to share?
Sir, I would like to share, like I would
Yes.
just like to get some clarification. आपने जैसे बोला चित्त शुद्धि, जब हम हीलिंग करते हैं तो हीलिंग में कौन सा पार्ट ऐसा है जब हम चित्त शुद्धि कर रहे हैं अपनी?
आपके सारे टेक्निक चित्त शुद्धि के लिए ही है। आप जितने भी
अच्छा,
हीलिंग टेक्निक्स प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, व्हाट आर दे डूइंग? टेल मी। They are removing all the negations of your mind, correct? They are removing all the negative energies.
yeah,
They are healing all the blocks in your body and your mind. बॉडी के बीमारियां दूर हो रही हैं, यस, माइंड के विकार दूर हो रहे हैं, यही तो प्यूरिफिकेशन है. See, if you want to understand how bad is your चित्त, let me put it that way, then you have to look into your life. आपके शरीर में अगर बीमारी है तो चित्त में अशुद्धि है. अगर आपके माइंड में स्ट्रेस है, टेंशन है, वरी है, तो आपके माइंड में इम्प्योरिटी है. अगर आपके रिश्तों में खटास है, अगर आपके लाइफ में फेलियर्स और रिजेक्शंस आ रहे हैं, अगर आपके लाइफ में डिजायर्स फुलफिल नहीं हो रहे हैं, तो दिस इज हाउ यू इंट्रोस्पेक्ट इनटू योर लाइफ. तो प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है? बाहर नहीं है. प्रॉब्लम चित्त में अशुद्धियां हैं, विकार हैं, उनकी शुद्धि ही हीलिंग है, और यही हमारा पर्पस है. दैट इज व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से. Right? So how many of us have ailments in our body? Okay, let us look into that. Any kind of discomfort in your body है ना? If you are really, because nobody can be 100% perfect. कोई ना कोई बीमारी रहेगी, कुछ नहीं तो जुकाम ही रहेगा, थोड़ा सा सर दर्द होगा, थोड़ा सा बैक पेन होगा, थोड़ी सी नी पेन होगा with age, and we say it is normal. It is not normal. It is not normal. You are carrying impurities. That's all. You heal the impurities, you will improve. Right? So nothing, no disease is normal. Dis-ease is never normal. Being at ease is normal. How many of you have some kind of negative thoughts, negative emotions in your mind every day, throughout the day? तो आपके मन में विकार हैं. काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मोह, मद, मत्सर. अब सीधा don't deny it outrightly. नहीं, I am free from all this. You are not. If you are free from all this, you would have a perfect body and you will have a perfect mind. Unfortunately, none of us can claim that, and I'm including myself in that. तो चित्त शुद्धि जरूरी है. रोज सुबह उठ के अपनी स्पिरिचुअल साधना करना जरूरी है, चाहे वो योगा, मेडिटेशन, प्राणायाम, कर्म योग, भक्ति योग, राजयोग, ज्ञान योग, कोई भी आप अपना जो आपकी स्पिरिचुअल कॉलिंग है उसके अनुसार अपनी साधना को रोज आपको प्रैक्टिस करना है. बिकॉज चित्त शुद्धि is a continuous process, because चित्त अशुद्धि is also a continuous process. Every day outside world में सिर्फ नेगेटिविटी है. वार, टेररिज्म, रेप, मर्डर, यही सुन रहे हो पेपर में, यही आ रहा है न्यूज में. Any discussion will end up with some kind of negativity in the outside world. So don't think that you have done your चित्त शुद्धि last year, so it is perfect. एक साल में बहुत कूड़ा करकट जमा हो चुका है. This is a daily activity, and this is going to go for lifetimes. How many of you are becoming aware of it? That spiritual sadhana is a must. Yes?
Yeah, that is important. Yes.
That is important. So never say never again. I'm remembering a Bond movie. Never say never again. It has to be done daily. रोज करना है. आज हो गया, चलो हो गया, अब जरूरत नहीं है. No. Do that again. Right? Now when we talk of Chitta Shuddhi, okay, first let me have some experience sharing from people. आप अभी तक क्या प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो अपने चित्त को शुद्ध करने के लिए, प्योरिटी ऑफ माइंड के लिए? Because you have to understand, see, soul doesn't need any healing. Soul is already part of the divine and is absolutely perfect. Body जड़ है. Body में कुछ भी mind के बिना नहीं होता है. Whatever is happening in your body is a reflection of the state of your mind. Yes, whatever is happening in your life is also a reflection of your level of consciousness. So everything is related to your mind only. And mind body के हमने elements भी देख लिए, ego, emotion and intellect. यही तीन हैं जो आपके कर्मा में एक्टिव होते हैं, और इसी के इम्प्रिंट्स हैं जो आप जन्म पे जन्म लिए जा रहे हो. You're taking it as a backlog. So the whole purpose of our life is to purify the mind and Chitta Shuddhi. So before I come to the what is the best way of course there is no best way, but whatever is the best experience of Chitta Shuddhi, let me have some people share what is your practice. And if there is no practice, you better design one for you right now. Invent one for you right now, which you are going to do from tomorrow, or rather today. Right? Okay, let's have some people share.
आई एम डूइंग दैट प्रैक्टिस डेली, जो एक आपने प्रेयर दी हुई है,
So healing techniques, correct? You're talking of
healing
healing techniques.
technique.
Yeah. So all the
Yes,
healers
yes.
can do
And
the healing techniques, which we will not go into the
circle
details.
of love. Yes,
Because
circle
there are
of
many
love.
people who are not healers here. So let us stick to that one term. So there are many healing techniques which you have learned. You can practice that. It will help you. Yes, very good, Simiji. So that's a very good process. But if you're doing that for 1 hour, and if it is not giving you results, then there is nothing wrong with the healing techniques. You need to do that 2 hours. That is what we need to remember.
Oh.
Correct?
अच्छा.
आप बोलो मैं 1 घंटा कर रही हूँ, नहीं हुआ तो बेकार है, बेकार नहीं है, आपको 2 घंटे की जरूरत है. Yes. So that's how you need to look at it. अगर 50 mg की गोली से फर्क नहीं पड़ा तो डॉक्टर खराब नहीं है, आपको 100 mg की गोली देगा वो फिर. Correct? So you have to understand how it will work for you. So these are proven techniques. Spiritual sadhana is something which you don't have to even doubt an iota. 100% faith and belief रखो, divine की blessings लो और अपनी spiritual sadhana में जुट जाओ. So for all the healers, healing technique is perfectly fine. And when you're talking of healing techniques, we're talking of Vedic healing and Vedanta wisdom program. Many of you have done it. So start doing it again. Start practicing. And if you're somehow missing it out, join the program as a graduate. That is one thing, right? Okay, good. Who else? Who else wants to share something? Sushil Jainji, Mani, Devesh, Harsh, Leslie.
So,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, Mani.
So, for me, that I've already discussed with you many a time. So, मेरे को तो यही है, like morning में, if I try my level best to listen to the satsang, so that clears my mind in the morning. I think I automatically get all the answers. Why am I feeling that way? But फिर ऐसा मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा. Maybe my thoughts are so impure. In the later half of the day, again, those things keep on happening. So, मतलब मुझे ऐसा लगता है मुझे और सुनना चाहिए या और कुछ, मतलब ऐसा तो I don't know, healing practices भी कर रही हूँ, but still कभी
Good.
कभी इतना दिमाग में आप कहते हो ना जैसे कचरा भर जाता है, इतना हो जाता है, it actually affects my mind, and then it has started to affect, on like shoulder में, neck में pain, जो कि मुझे पहले नहीं होता था. तो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे आपकी बात सुन के कि हाँ, I should divert my mind, probably listening to more spiritual videos, just to divert my mind from the stress thing to the positive. Yeah.
Not actually divert, because see, diversion तो बाहर की दुनिया हमको कर रही है. Your mind is getting diverted by the outside world. You have to bring it on track. यहाँ डाइवर्शन नहीं चलेगा, ये ट्रैक पे लाने वाली बात है. आपके
हाँ
घोड़े,
जी
आपकी
सर.
गाड़ी सड़क से उतर गई है, पटरी जो है, रेल की पटरी से गाड़ी उतर गई है, आपको वापस पटरी पे लाना है. राइट?
सर वही मन जो आप कहते हो ना, स्थिर स्थिर करना, वो कर पाना कभी कभी बहुत मुश्किल होता है, मतलब जस्ट टू
तो आप 50
अंडरस्टैंड कि
mg की
व्हाई.
गोली खा रहे हो ना, आप 50 mg की गोली खा रहे हो, आप 200 mg की गोली खाओ.
सर कभी कभी लगता है आपकी भाषा में 500 mg की खानी पड़ेगी.
तो फिर 1000 mg खाओ, 2 गोली खाओ, फिर एक से नहीं काम हो रहा है तो. अंडरस्टैंड?
सर
हीलिंग जितना करो कम है. आप कितने लाइफ टाइम से, कितने हजारों सालों से आप नेगेटिविटी में घूम रहे हो, और आपको अभी हीलिंग करते हुए या फिर स्पिरिचुअल साधना को कॉन्शियसली करते हुए कितने महीने हुए हैं? कंपेयर इट. 1000 years and
3
maybe 2
months.
months. Okay, benefit out of 6 months, right? हजारों सालों की नेगेटिविटी को आप 6 महीने की हीलिंग से सॉल्व करना चाह रहे हो, मुश्किल है, और करना पड़ेगा. तो उसका टाइम बढ़ाओ. जो आपने कहा वीडियोस और देखने हैं, नॉट ओनली वीडियोस, डू योर स्पिरिचुअल साधना. Yes, listening to videos can help you, provided you are making a note of it, making it a practice, imbibing it in your practical life, and then doing the introspection. A lot of things are required when you listen to a video. So do all that, and then it will work. Because ultimately, it has to, any video that you listen must be empowering you to remove some impurity of your mind. कोई एक विकार को दूर करने के लिए आपने वो किया, प्रैक्टिस करो उसे. एक वीडियो सुना, उसके बाद किसी को माफ नहीं कर पा रहे थे, अब माफ कर पाए, गुड, दैट विल हेल्प यू. गुस्सा ज्यादा आ रहा था, एक वीडियो सुना, 2 बार सुना, 3 बार सुना और मेरा गुस्सा कम हो गया. Good. That is a good swadhyay. Understand my point? So do it in such a way that it changes your life. Otherwise, it is just like a Bollywood movie. आपने देखा, एंजॉय किया, 3 घंटे बाद असर खत्म. Spiritual sadhana, अगर आप 1 घंटा करते हो, it should last for 24 hours at least. Then you do that again next day, it will last for another 24 hours. How many of you are in life and breath? How many of you practice life and breath breathing? I know अपूर्वा जी, निवेदिता जी करते हैं, बाकी कोई है नहीं यहाँ पे. That is a very, very powerful breathing techniques that we have learned. Many people who have done in the camp. Leslie was there, Amiji was there, no? There are many people. Devesh was there. So we had a very good understanding of the yogic breathing, which helps very powerfully to cleanse our chin. Yes. So I'm not saying that you should do life and breath. You can do whatever is your calling, but do that. It's a very strong way of cleansing your chitta. Is pranayama and meditation. Yes. Yes, Apurva ji, you want to share something?
Yeah, I just wanted to share one thing that came to my mind that I'm practicing. Apart from breathing practice and meditation that we learned in life and breath, is giving thanks. Of course, these are the learnings that we get as we progress on the path of spiritual journey, and giving thanks makes things so beautiful, makes things so real in your life that your mind starts overflowing with joy. Yeah. So I have started practicing giving thanks, and to share a little further, when I say thanks, I say thanks 3 times, and that 3 times is, one is for the person or the source from where I'm receiving, and the second is for what I am receiving, and third is to the God who is the ultimate source of everything. So thanks to the giver, thanks to the gift, and thanks to the God. Yeah. So
very good, very, very, very powerful and very, very clear. Thank you, Apurva ji, for saying that. So it's a very, very wonderful practice of gratitude. So saying that 3 times, one for the giver, one for the gift, and one for the divine, who is making everything happen. Wonderful. Great. Let's acknowledge Apurva ji once again. And I'm sure Nivedita ji is also following that. Yeah. Okay, good. Great. Anybody else who wants to share any practice that you are doing, which you can share here? It could be a good takeaway for everyone, and we can include that. I will add gratitude of 3 times from now onwards. Apurva ji, thanks for sharing that. Very good.
So
Anybody else
maybe
who
I
wants to share?
can,
Yes, Swamiji.
so maybe I can briefly mention, though you are aware, so my healing and my spiritual practice is the very specific chakra meditation. So very specifically, this is what I do most, maybe 3 times a week, or maybe sometimes 4 times a week. So I sit for 1 hour, and there are some very focused frequency music videos on YouTube. And then I visualize the 7 chakras one after another, and I visualize their color, the hand mudra associated with it, the affirmation, music, and mantra. So I think I call it CHAM, CHAMM, CHAM, which stands for color, hand mudra, affirmations, music, and mantra. So I use these 5 tools to cleanse the chakras. And I sit for at least 1 hour, maybe not every day, 3 times a week. Sometimes so it begins with a little bit of sensation, burning sensation at the very specific chakra. Sometimes there is some download which happens, but it is tough to explain very briefly. So this is what practice is.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. So healing the chakra, basically. Yes, very good, Amiji. Let's acknowledge Amiji also. Yeah, so that is a very specific practice that he has shared, and he has designed something good. And very soon we will be starting these the healing of the chakras in our Wednesday programs. And
Yeah.
definitely Amiji is going to contribute to in that when we talk of each chakra for each session. Yeah. So great. Thank you, Amiji. Amiji sharing that. Let's acknowledge. Yeah, good. Okay, anybody else who wants to share? Feel free to ask question or feel free to share whatever you are practicing. And if you're not practicing, pick up something that from others are sharing and make it a habit from tomorrow onwards to do that. And trust me, that is the real purpose of your existence. Trust me. And once you pick it up and do it, you will see the difference in your life. You will start creating magic and miracles in your life. Not only your life in your family members, of your friends, of your neighbors, of your society, of the people whom you talk to, all of them will feel the difference. And that is how you spread the light. Yes? Okay, anybody else? हर्ष जी आप बहुत दिनों बाद आई हैं, anything कुछ आप शेयर करना चाहें? देवेश, Leslie, Sushil Jain ji.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. You want to share something? How is your practice going of
नाम जप करती हूँ,
नाम जप करती हैं? Okay, good.
all
Okay, कितने घंटे करती हैं?
और studying Bhagavad nowadays.
हाँ
1
जी,
hour,
1
1
hour.
hour.
Okay.
पर वो ब्रेक में करती हूँ, 15 minutes at a time, जैसे टाइम मिलता है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन.
Okay, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? चित्त शुद्धि हो रही है, किस तरह से हो रही है? That's what I want to know. What you do is not important. What is the effect that you are getting? That is what I'm looking at today. चित्त शुद्धि हो रही है, और अगर हो रही है तो किस लेवल पे हो रही है? Yes? और अगर नहीं हो रही है तो डोसेज बढ़ाओ.
जी.
ठीक है जी? Yeah. So good, and welcome to the Wednesday session after a long time. Good that you have joined today. Let's acknowledge Harshi. Yeah. Great. And by the way, Harshi was also there in the Life and Breath Delhi camp. Okay, good. Yes, Apurva ji, you raise your hand. Nivedita ji, कौन बोल रहे हैं?
सर वन थिंग आई जस्ट वांटेड टू शेयर इज कि जैसे आपने चित्त शुद्धि का बोला ना, तो कैसा होता है कि ऐसा एक थोड़ा सा कॉन्शियसनेस ज्यादा है कि व्हेनेवर आई फील दैट या वो नेगेटिव ट्रैक पे गाड़ी गई लाइक यू नो व्हाट ऑल उसका इफेक्ट शुरू हो जाता है, हार्ट बीट्स जैसा पल्पिटेशन ज्यादा हो जाता है, एंड यू नो यू फील कांस्टेंट उसी के अंदर है. द मोर एंड मोर यू थिंक अबाउट इट, दैट नेगेटिविटी, the more and more all these feelings and the reactions and all this start. The moment ऐसा मालूम पड़ा, अरे why I'm going there, just stop that. And the moment you stop that, you start feeling at ease, comfortable. So just मतलब counter negativity को positivity से जैसे करते हैं, and then you start getting relieved and you feel happy. So that is it. I believe कि just a matter of being aware, being conscious about it and
Dropping it.
dropping. हाँ, वो जो सर अपने बोलते हैं ना सर, drop the baggage or luggage.
Absolutely.
So yes, it
Perfect.
helps a lot, sir. Thank
Let
you,
go.
sir. Yeah.
Let go करना, forgive करना, ये सब आपका कचरा निकालने वाला बात है. तो छोड़ देना बहुत अच्छा है. And give it up. Give it up means give it up to the divine. अपने sufferings,
Right,
अपने
sir.
miseries, अपने pains, अपने struggles, अपने failures, अपने rejection, सब कुछ भगवान को दे दो. Surrender. When you surrender to the divine will take care of you. That is bhakti yoga for you, by the way. Complete surrender.
Yeah.
We talked about that in one of the sessions. Arpan, Tarpan, and Samarpan. Yes? So when you do that, you are surrendering to the divine will take care of you, and all your needs will be met. चित्त शुद्धि का सबसे बढ़िया तरीका एक्चुअली भक्ति योग है. When you can surrender everything, सब कुछ ही अर्पण उनको कर दो, तो अपने आपके अपने चित्त में जो जो विकार हैं वो सब अर्पित हो जाएंगे. तर्पण भी हो जाएगा, समर्पण भी हो जाएगा. यस, वेरी गुड, बहुत पावरफुल है. वेरी गुड, ग्रेट. एनीबडी एल्स हु हैज एनी क्वेश्चन और हु वांट्स टू शेयर? देवेश जी, मनी हैज शेयर्ड, सिमी जी हैज शेयर्ड. ओके, सो लेट मी टेक दिस डिस्कशन ए बिट फर्दर. चित्त शुद्धि की जरूरत इसका एक छोटा सा उदाहरण मैंने पहले भी दिया हुआ है. तो why is this so important? We are all looking for God realization, right? We are all looking for self realization, going to higher consciousness. ये सब हमने सुनी हुई बातें. कहाँ से आएगी ये सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन? व्हाट इज गॉड रियलाइजेशन मीन? गॉड रियलाइजेशन मीन्स मेकिंग गॉड रियल इन योर लाइफ. फॉर दैट द डिवाइन हैज टू रिफ्लेक्ट इन योर माइंड. माइंड में रिफ्लेक्शन अगर चाहिए तो इमेजिन करिए एक स्विमिंग पूल को. हाँ, मैं अभी अपना स्विमिंग पूल देख रहा था बाहर, जब वही बारिश आ रही थी, ओले पड़ रहे थे, वाटर वॉज कम्प्लीटली डर्टी. उसमें एक पेड़ भी टूट के गिर गया था उसके अंदर. So you can imagine the kind of kachara that it had accumulated within that 15-20 minutes. अभी जो पीछे आया. Now that swimming pool is very dirty and very turbulent. उसमें किसी का रिफ्लेक्शन दिखेगा? उसमें किसी का रिफ्लेक्शन नहीं दिखेगा. सन का रिफ्लेक्शन नहीं दिखेगा. तो हमारा चित्त ज्यादातर वैसा है. Most of the people have a चित्त like that, completely polluted and completely turbulent, and obviously it is not. Nothing, no divinity can be expressed in that mind. आप जितनी मर्जी वीडियोस देख लें, जितनी मर्जी ज्ञान की बातें सुन ले, वो माइंड के अंदर जाएगा ही नहीं. इट विल गेट बाउंस्ड ऑफ बिकॉज द माइंड इज इम्प्योर एंड द माइंड इज टर्बुलेंट. फॉर डिविनिटी टू एक्सप्रेस इन योर माइंड, व्हाट हैज टू हैपन? माइंड हैज टू बी प्योर. इसी को चित्त शुद्धि बोल रहे हैं. इफेक्ट कैसा होगा? स्विमिंग पूल में से सारा कचरा निकल जाना चाहिए, पानी साफ होना चाहिए, पानी स्थिर होना चाहिए, जो कि कल सुबह हो जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि वहां पे अभी मोटर चला के पूरा पानी साफ कर रहे हैं. अभी तो पूरा साफ हो जाएगा और वो स्थिर हो जाएगा. सुबह जब मैं उठ के देखूंगा उसमें, तो सूरज की छवि पूरी दिख रही होगी. राइट? सो द डिविनिटी कैन बी एक्सप्रेस्ड इन दैट माइंड विच इज क्लियर एंड विच इज स्टिल. दैट इज द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ चित्त शुद्धि. And of course, in this present life also, it will give you more effectiveness and more productivity. So you have all the more reasons to go for purification of your mind. Yes or no? Everybody clear? Anybody who has any kind of doubts? अभी नहीं करूँगा, बाद में करूँगा, अगले जन्म में करूँगा, all these stuff. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. It has to start. You have to start today. आप कई जन्म से सो रहे हो, कई जन्मों से आपने सोचा कि अगले जन्म में करूँगा. अभी ये टाइम है. Wake up. Become alert. Become awake. And start working on your spiritual sadhana. That is why you are here today, and possibly that is why you wanted to hear from me today. Everybody clear? Right. So let me also give you one example. Then I will take some sharings. In fact, in the morning only I was reading an article. Speaking tree में था. And it was mentioned there is a nature in human nature है, fault finding. We try to find fault with ourselves. We try to find fault with others. So fault finding is a very, very powerful vikar. It's a virus. पहले अपने ऊपर आती है. अगर आपने अपने आप को अपने फॉल्ट ढूंढने शुरू कर दिए, मैं अज्ञानी, मैं बेवकूफ, मैं पापी, मैं नीच, मैं वो, तो क्या होगा? विक्टिम ईगो में घुस जाओगे. Full of guilt, full of regret, full of tragic events in your life. You are making yourself responsible for all the miseries and sufferings of life. Possibly you will start blaming yourself for the war also. Huh? So what will happen? You will be full of regret, full of hurt, blame और guilt अपने लिए. औरों को ब्लेम करने लग जाओगे, वो तो बहुत आसान है. कुछ नहीं तो मोदी जी को ब्लेम कर दो, कुछ नहीं तो इंडिया को ब्लेम कर दो, कुछ नहीं है तो हस्बैंड वाइफ किस लिए हैं? एक दूसरे को ब्लेम करने के लिए तो हैं. स्टार्ट ब्लेमिंग ईच अदर. तो फॉल्ट फाइंडिंग इज अवर फेवरेट गेम, एंड बाय दैट वी आर एक्चुअली क्रिएटिंग लॉट ऑफ पॉइजन्स इन अवर चिप. इसको शास्त्रों में बोला गया है अनुसूया. तो यू आर असूया व्हेन यू आर फॉल्ट फाइंडिंग. So when you become free from fault finding, you become anusuya. That was something which was came to me as a very profound thing, because even for small things we pass judgments. No? Recent situation अगर देखो, उसको ये नहीं करना चाहिए था, इंडिया को ये नहीं करना चाहिए था, पाकिस्तान को ये नहीं करना चाहिए था. So we are always looking for faults, and then we have a discussion on what every WhatsApp group has a discussion, and everybody is finding fault with somebody else. Now the problem is what? When you are fault finding, your consciousness is at a very, very low level. आप most likely ego के level पे operate कर रहे हो या emotion के level पे operate कर रहे हो. And emotion में भी अगर आप देखोगे, रजस में एक lower emotion होता है, एक higher emotion होता है. Lower emotion will take you to tamas, higher emotion will take you to sattva. और सारी discussions ये negative emotions वाली होती है. So you are getting more and more drawn towards the tamas. Yes or no? जितनी भी पॉलिटिकल डिस्कशन होती है कहाँ जाती हैं वो? अच्छे अच्छे दोस्त पे लड़ाई करने लग जाते हैं. फाइंडिंग फॉल्ट, ब्लेम, करेक्ट? दैट इज असूया. दैट इज वेरी वेरी पावरफुल ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी ऑफ डाउनवर्ड प्रोग्रेस ऑफ योर कॉन्शियसनेस. यानी कि आपकी कॉन्शियसनेस बहुत नीचे बड़ी जल्दी आ जाएगी. तो इवन इन भगवत गीता, Lord Krishna teaches Arjuna, you are Anusuya. You are not looking at the fault and you are asking for the divine Gyan. So I will give you that Gyan. And then he starts the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, right? So we have to be very, very clear. When we are actually finding fault, we are poisoning our chit. So pick up one quality. And this is one quality which I picked up. You know, जो थोड़ी बहुत judgment भी मैं करता था या थोड़ी बहुत fault finding भी होती थी, that has to go. So I've decided it will never happen. I only see people as operating from their level of consciousness. It could be tamasic, it could be rajasic, it could be sattvic. It's their journey. I am nobody to judge them or evaluate them. But given a chance, if I have a conversation, I will definitely tell them, if this is where you are, decide upon your journey and do whatever is your calling. And that's what I'm telling you right now also. So there are people who will say, मेरे को नहीं करनी है practice. I am very happy with my life. Go ahead, no problem. But if you're really a seeker and if you're looking for purification of it, pick up one spiritual sadhana and practice it and see the magic and miracles happening in your life. Your consciousness will go up, your productivity, your effectiveness will go up. You will have a very, very powerful experience of life. And trust me, you will create magic and miracles in life. So that is, in short, the Gyan for today. So we are reaching the closing time also. So let me take some sharings. Yes, who would like to share? What is opening up for you in this session? What are you taking away? And any practice that you want to share, which can help you and which will help others. कौन बोलना चाहेंगे? Yes, Leslie, anything you would like to share as a takeaway? You were very silent in the session.
Yeah, I mean, can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, basically the most easiest part of our lives is blaming. That is come out. That is coming out beautifully. I mean, very right on the face. It's there. Definitely it's there. So that's open out.
Okay. So now make it a practice कि वो उनकी जर्नी है, वो जहाँ पे हैं वहां से ऑपरेट करेंगे. Because everybody has a very good reason for what they are doing.
Right.
अगर कोई तामसिक एक्टिविटी भी कर रहा है, you can think of the worst thing, terrorism, murder, dacoity, ये सब कर रहा है, he will have a very good reason for what he is doing. तो तामसिक एक्टिविटी के लिए भी he will have a reason. Terrorist also has a very good reason to explode and kill people, explode bombs and kill people, right? He has a very good reason. तो वो अपने हिसाब से सही कर रहा है. Even a terrorist is right in what he is doing. Only thing is his perception is distorted क्योंकि वो असूया में है, वो fault finding में है. मेरे साथ बुरा हुआ इसलिए मैं सबका बुरा करूंगा. वो उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट से घूम रहे हैं, तमस में है, right? Now obviously you can't transform them. Sometimes you can't transform them, so you have to take remedial action, which society and country will take. That's a different issue. Point is, I should be free, or I will be free from all judgments and evaluations. That gives me freedom, and that gives me how to move ahead in my journey of consciousness. Yes, Leslie, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just say something. Right now, when he was saying that they will keep doing what they want to do, is because They are governed with their own idea of right and wrong. So, and I was talking about how we very easily start judging people. So it just came to me that the practice of Vipassana right now, that how we keep bringing ourselves to the center of a breath. So that is my path of coming to that present, and my mind going judging, and suddenly whatever the world is doing, let them do. I need to keep bringing myself to my presence.
Absolutely.
So that just came to me very clearly.
Very good. And see, after all, whatever karma we do, हमारे thoughts, हमारे words, हमारे actions, they are aligned with our dharma. Yes or no?
Yes.
जो मेरे लिए सही है मैं वही कर रहा हूँ. मेरे लिए Zoom session
Right.
conduct करना सही है, मैं ये कर रहा हूँ. ये मेरा धर्म है और ये मेरा कर्म है. So my karma is always aligned with my dharma. And I think this is right. Yes. And touch wood, this is in sattva, so it is okay. But some people could be in tamas and they would be thinking this is right and doing those activities which the whole world is saying, how dare you do that, kind of a thing, right? So what we have to understand is, yes, we will take corrective action, but we are always operating from our dharma. और हमको अगर पूरा परसेप्शन सही करना है, हमको अपने हाईएस्ट कॉन्शियसनेस से ही ऑपरेट करना पड़ेगा. अदरवाइज परसेप्शन विल ऑलवेज बी पोल्यूटेड. परसेप्शन कभी भी पूरा ठीक नहीं होगा जब तक आप रूट चक्र से देख रहे हैं या सोलर चक्र से देख रहे हैं. जब तक आप थर्ड आई कॉन्शियसनेस में आके परसेप्शन क्लियर नहीं करेंगे, हाईएस्ट परसेप्शन नहीं होगा, तब तक प्रॉब्लम होगी, क्योंकि आपका परसेप्शन ट्रुथ नहीं है. इट इज योर perception of truth. It is not the actual truth. That is when we realize that this is where I need to improve. अपने लिए करेंगे हम, औरों के लिए नहीं. तो ये जर्नी हमारी है, हमको अपनी लाइफ को देखना है, अपनी कॉन्शियसनेस को देखना है, अपनी स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी को पकड़ना और औरों को गाइड कर सकते हैं विदाउट जजमेंट. दैट इज द जर्नी which is actually the purpose of this session. Yes. Very good, Leslie. Good point that you raised. Okay, anybody else? What is the takeaway? We are right on dot. Let me take some takeaways from people and then we close the session for today. कौन बोलना चाहेंगे? मनी, देवेश जी, सुशील जैन जी.
Sir, can I say it?
Yes, Mani, go ahead.
Yes. So for me, I think it's the learning that I probably missed out even attending Vedanta Wisdom. That Swadhyay is missing for me. So as I mentioned that I have been watching videos but not working on myself probably to the core. So I have been taking notes but then not following them. So I think for me the major thing is that yes, I have to do self-introspection to a major extent, that why am I feeling that way, and working on myself that negative thoughts do not, attack me to a certain extent.
Very
Thank
good,
you so
very
much.
good.
Thank you.
Wonderful,
Thank you.
Mani. Then that's how you actually move ahead in your journey. Make notes, practice it, उसको implement करो तुरंत. Like today I read that article and I made it a point. कल सुबह कि मेरे thought process वहीं से शुरू होगा. And I will see that judgments and evaluations are not part of my life now. जितना भी थोड़ा बहुत था, ज़्यादा नहीं था लेकिन थोड़ा बहुत था, तो वो भी हटा दिया है. So that is how you actually move forward, right? Very good, Mani, for sharing that. Yes, anybody else who wants to share takeaway for today? Devesh, Sushil Jain ji, Simi ji, what are you taking away?
Yeah, this is a continuous process, and to some extent, for this negative thoughts, I have been doing it daily. कि रोज की रोज में मॉर्निंग में सबसे I have made it a ritual. I release myself from all negative thoughts and I will not allow them to settle them in my mind, in my brain and in my चित्त everywhere. मैं अपनी बॉडी में कोई एंटर नहीं करने दूंगी. I don't allow any negative thoughts to come into my body.
Wonderful.
तो मैं ये इसको तो मैंने परमानेंट कर लिया है कि मैं सुबह सुबह जो भी मेरी प्रेयर्स होती है उसके साथ में मैं ये जरूर करती हूँ.
बहुत बढ़िया. And when I used to practice this, I used to imagine a imaginary dustbin with me. मेरे राइट साइड में राइट हैंड के नीचे एक डस्टबिन है. मैं सोचता था जैसे कुछ आता था, आई वुड से कम वो मैं डस्टबिन में डाल देता था.
हाँ, that is a good idea. Good idea.
तो तुम्हारी जगह वहां पे है, वहां जाओ, मेरे को डिस्टर्ब नहीं करो अभी. तो ऑल द थॉट्स, ऑल द इमोशंस, जितने नेगेटिविटी आते थे वो सब डस्टबिन में कचरा है, वहां जाना चाहिए. तो कीप एन इमेजिनरी डस्टबिन विथ यू, पुट एवरीथिंग देयर and keep recycled bin में जब भी मैं कंप्यूटर में recycle bin clear करता हूँ वहाँ का भी clear हो जाता है. So that's how I used to work. Good Simiji, that's a good practice. Very good. Anything, Apurva ji, take away?
Just one thing, before we started the session officially, we were talking about the benefits that people would get from this Wednesday session, and people, number of people reducing or getting more people. And then Amit ji talked about doing the highest, contribution to people by bringing them in. And the thought that came to my mind is that this session, this Wednesday session, is like bringing people on the path of spiritual journey. And one thing that a science student would know is when the rocket takes off from its seat, the highest amount of energy is required for the takeoff. Later on, the journey is smooth. The thrust required, the power required, the energy required is much lesser compared to the power and energy required for the takeoff. Yeah, so this session is kind of doing that momentous, the enormous boost to people and bringing people on the journey of spiritual journey. And therefore it's the highest and the most powerful way of doing work that is good for people. Yeah, so so bringing people here and bringing people on the spiritual journey is most energy consuming. It requires highest energy, but yeah, it's that's what I think you are doing by
Hats off to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
by
Thank you,
conducting
Apurva
these
ji and
sessions.
Nivedita ji, and thank you for your wonderful efforts to wake up people and bring them in the Wednesday session. Yes, thank you. Let's acknowledge Apurva ji and Nivedita ji. Great idea, very noble idea. Great. And this is in fact for all of us. We can all take this on that, let's spread the right. Let's make a contribution to people's life. And हम सब जितने
Right.
लोग यहाँ पे हैं, कम से कम एक जने को तो हम बुला ही सकते हैं अगले Wednesday में, right? So share that with people and bring one person in and let that be an opportunity for that person to, transform their life. So let's play that game. I hope everybody who watches this video also will play that game, and let's create some magic. Yes. And before I close, yeah, I wanted to tell you the most powerful way of cleansing your chip. Yes, that I missed out that. So I will just add on that. See, when we talk of making the imprints dormant, all the practices are fine. When we talk of Karma Yoga, we talk of Bhakti Yoga, we talk of Raj Yoga. But when it comes to Gyan Yoga is very, very distinct and very, very powerful in the sense that the fire of divine wisdom, it actually burns off all the seeds in the chip. तो एक बार सीड बर्न हो जाता है तो वो डॉर्मेंट नहीं रहता, वो बर्नड आउट हो जाता है. इट विल नेवर कम बैक अगेन. एंड दैट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ when we talk of Gyan Yoga. So when we talk of Vedanta wisdom, and very soon we are going to launch a program, Ashtavakra Gita wisdom. So these are so powerful that the fire of the divine wisdom will actually burn off all the seeds. तो पास्ट लाइफ में आपको जाके ढूंढना नहीं पड़ेगा कि आपके कौन से हैं, वो जो हैं एक बार जल जाएंगे. And Swami Vivekananda puts it very, very beautifully, like, it is like putting a matchstick in the factory of cotton. कॉटन के फैक्ट्री में अगर आप एक मैचस्टिक लगा दोगे तो वो किस हिसाब से जलेगा, वैसे ही आपका चित्त शुद्ध हो जाता है जैसे ही वो फायर ऑफ डिवाइन विजडम इज मेड रियल इनटू द माइंड, विच मीन्स व्हाट, आपका माइंड स्विमिंग पूल की तरह साफ है, पानी स्थिर है, और उसमें अगर डिवाइन की रिफ्लेक्शन आ गई, इट विल एक्चुअली वर्क लाइक ए फायर इन द कॉटन फैक्ट्री. कॉटन पूरी तरह से जल जाएगा, सारे सीड्स जल जाएंगे, एंड यू विल सडनली सी द हाईएस्ट परसेप्शन ऑफ ट्रुथ, and you will actually experience self-realization and God realization. So that is the beauty of the wisdom of fire. I mean, fire of wisdom rather, and the Gyan Yoga. So very soon we will be launching that program. Attend the Wednesday programs and you will know when we are going to start the program. And meanwhile, all the people who wants to review the Vedanta Wisdom program, it is happening on Sundays. Very soon we are going to start that. So if you want to rekindle your fire of divine wisdom, all of you are welcome in the Vedanta Wisdom program, which will be starting possibly from next Sunday. Not this Sunday, next Sunday. Yeah. All right. So with this, we come to the end of the session. Last and final call. Anybody wants to share anything? Okay. So with this commitment that we are going to get one more person from our life in the Wednesday session next week, we sign off today. Thank you very much for your participation. Enjoy a great life. Until we meet again next week, Aham Brahmasmi. Enjoy. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
you,
Thank you all the
everyone.
participants.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Thank you.